अहिले चाहिँ हामी हार्बर भन्ने ठाउँमा यहाँ चाहिँ अलि एक्सपेन्सिभ छ यहाँ चाहिँ यो मेक्स भन्ने एउटा साथीको चाहिँ लेटिङ एजेन्ट छ सो त्यहाँ जानु लाग्यो मेक्स चाहिँ त्यही हो मेक्स इफ यु रिमेम्बर एनीबडी फ्रम लास्ट इयर यो चाहिँ अफिस सरेको हो पहिला चाहिँ अर्को ठाउँमा थियो अहिले चाहिँ यतातिर सरेछ सो यहाँ चाहिँ एउटा प्रोपर्टी आएको रहेछ सो इज द्याट वे यु गोना बी मोस्ट अफ द टाइम Yeah, and we back on Sami's office. You gonna show me around, Sami? Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
This is me. This is my lunch.
Yeah, that's his lunch.
My birthday card.
Birthday card. Sami just turned 35.
35.
Yeah.
No, I don't look it.
I never saw it coming. I couldn't read the signs. I don't know why I let you in this time. I must be blind. I guess I couldn't trust you. Cause all you did was
And this is my camera storage area.
Yeah, Sami's got some nice gimbal there and a nice camera down there. He's a little studio. He does all the videos. If you go on YouTube,
MECS property.
MECS property on YouTube. Yeah,
Is this MECS?
That's it. Yeah.
Plus property.
Yeah. Well, I'll subscribe. You know, I watch all his videos.
Instagram as well.
Yeah, same on the Instagram as well. I'm gonna tag you anyway, isn't it, on the Instagram? Yeah.
A couple of interviews here. Recorded a few videos here as well. We take it to the next level. The drones now.
Yeah, I know. I've seen your drones. The footage are very good. Those are.
It's a really nice way of showing the house. You can show the inside, show the outside. Now you can show the sky. How do all Nepalese investors it working? You put in,
yeah.
Bring in their interest in.
That's right. Because there are not many Nepalese in Birmingham area. You see, most of them they are down south towards around London area, Reading, Kent. There is not many people in Birmingham.
Not many Nepalese in Birmingham.
No.
Down London, Norway, there's people.
Yeah, exactly. But obviously the house prices there so expensive, so they got a huge opportunity. There they can come to Birmingham, and you, Sami, and we can sort them out.
We can. We've got 6 houses in the pipeline at the moment for buying. They're all of them can be buy-to-lets. All of them. It all depends on if you want to buy a flat. You want to buy a house. People are scared of buying flats because of the service charge.
Yeah.
But on the contrary, when you buy a property, you have to maybe repair the roof and the whole fabric of the building, which can cost you more than service charge.
Yeah.
And sometimes, when you've got like a leasehold property, the service charge company take care of all the problems, apart from the little cosmetic stuff. So I don't know why people shy away from leasehold properties, but it's not the end of the world.
It is not.
You know, if you get the figures stack up. We've got a house a flat for sale in Bartley Green. So on the market for 80 grand. The rent is 550. I think the net yield works out 8.7%. 8.7.
Hey, that's really good. Really good. That is. Yeah.
So if you're getting that sort of figure, it's a no-brainer.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. What do you have to say to people who's got lower budget?
Yeah.
Like for property price, I would say anything between 150 to 200.
Yeah.
Do you think Birmingham is still a good place and you can still achieve under the price?
I get a lot of people looking for properties around 150 to 200 grand. The areas to look, especially around where we are right now, is B32, Quinton, Bartley Green, Woodgate, Wheelie Castle. You can pick up houses there for between 150 and 200 grand.
Yeah.
And they will rent between 750 to 850, so the yields are decent.
Yeah.
You may not get the best capital growth over the next 10 years. You will get growth, but you may not get the best capital growth. But the rents are good, and the demand for rental right now, I've never seen it so high. A house was on the market, there it goes. So we had a house rented before in an area near the city hospital. It's always got 750. Beautiful houses, really small but nice.
Yeah.
This week put one on for 795, like 15 inquiries overnight.
Yeah.
And he bought them for 125 grand. Spent 20 grand on them. That's B18. That's Hockley.
All right. Okay. Hockley. Yeah. Very close to city centre. There.
City centre, city hospital. Also, that new development, Port Loop, is next to that.
Yeah. What do you think of Lodgells, Nachels, that side? Because I know Hockley is quite close to Nachels, Hockley. They are the border, isn't it? Next to each other. But
I think you've got to be careful buying around there.
Yeah.
Sort of tenant you attract around there may not be your long-term tenant.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
might cause you a headache down the line. There's a lot of HMOs around there. A lot of big Victorian properties, which are now 5-6 bedrooms. It's good for supported accommodation. Yes, you get good tenants every now and again. We've got property in Lozells at the moment, 650 rental, 3-bedroom, no headache, but we pick the tenants.
Yeah.
The rents have to be a little bit lower because if you have lower rents, you get to pick which tenant you want.
That's right.
If you try and push the rent to 850, you're going to only get a handful of people, and you may not be able to pick who you want. Because selecting the tenant is what we do well. If you select your tenant properly, you can minimise the risk, can't you, down the line?
Yeah, true.
But people don't. People just want the big numbers. Some landlords use the model of lower rent, and like I just said there, you can select the tenants you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fine line, isn't it?
It is,
it's
isn't
risk
it?
and reward.
Yeah. That's why I tend not to go on that side for myself as well as for the clients as well. I try to look around this side of the Birmingham, between obviously Surrey or Harborne. They are untouchable now.
Yeah, some parts of Harborne you can pick up houses for between 200 and 250, which is like Ferncliff, Keltfield, Sedgehill, Cadley Gardens, those 4 roads there, you can pick up houses for like 2 to 250.
Yeah.
I have sold a couple for 200 grand and they rent for like £1,000.
Yeah.
But to find them, you got very lucky.
Yeah.
We've even been doing change of use applications. We're planning on those as well. So right now I've got in Kingsheath £220,000, 2-bedroom house coming available in the next week or so. That's going to be a rental of £850.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got a £240,000 flat in Harborne, rental value of £850. I've got a big HMO for sale in Edgbaston, 550k, big house.
Oh, is it? How many bedrooms?
This is going to be a 6-bedroom property.
6 bedrooms, 550k.
Next to Bearwood.
Next to Bearwood, Sandon Road. So it's actually B17 Harborne, but we don't call it that location.
Okay.
I've got another one, which is a new build house, 350. Then I've got another house, £250,000 in B29 Selly Oak. And that one is probably a little bit overpriced at 250, but it will go for up to 235.
Oh, is it?
And that will rent for 850. Good pipeline there.
Yeah, that is. It is, isn't it? Yeah.
You have all these rentals coming available.
Hey, but by the way, talking about HMOs, rent to HMO. I mean, so they rent a property.
Rent the whole house and then
the
rent
whole
the
house
rooms
and
out
rent
separately.
Yeah, exactly. There is no problem getting a license, I think. However, the planning, because the previous landlord may not have a planning for use of C4.
C4, yeah.
How does it work then if somebody wants a...
Basically, we've done 4 houses in the since this year in 2021. So we've converted from C3 to C4 through planning, and one of them didn't get through. So the council look at a certain number of things. The most important one is a 10% of radius. So they don't want more than 10% of houses in a 100-metre radius to be HMOs or C4 already.
Okay.
So if you're at 9% and that brings it to 10%, they won't allow it.
Right.
That's the first one. The second one is if your HMO is going to sandwich a normal resi house C3 between 2 HMOs, you won't get it either. And then they're the 2 main things the council are looking at basically.
Right.
So you can get changed. The first thing to do is apply for pre-application. It's free. You go and get a floor plan, get the land registry details for the title plan, and send that off to the council. I've got a contact with her, with the lady in the council. You send it off to the council. We also do this for you, by the way.
Yeah.
And then we apply for permission if we have certain things in place. And once you have, within 2 weeks, they email back and say, Mr. Mubarak, you will not get it because of this.
Yeah.
Or they say, you will get it if you do this. And then 3 out of the 4 had that, and they said, we will give it you. And we got it.
How often do they look at car parkings, driveways and stuff
Well,
like that?
one house had they had to put a bicycle store in.
Yeah,
They said you must put a bicycle store into the property for their transportation.
Yeah.
But they had drives. The house had drives.
Okay.
Which is at the moment is next to the uni. Next to uni. It's where a lot of postgrads, 4th, 5th years students want to live because it's not Selly Oak. It's not expensive Harborne. It's more affordable. Big rooms, but parking, garden. So people like to live around there, and not many landlords are registering their houses. But they're all HMOs. It's all illegal. So when the council look at what's in the area, there's nothing. Because they're all illegal HMOs. So you get planning permission, change of use. And then once you get the pre-application, once they say yes, you then go for full app. Then we get a planner involved. They do the full application form. They do all the scale drawings, and they do like a planning statement, and they send it off. And once you've done that, within like 4 weeks, 6 weeks, you get a result. So it's about 8 to 10 week turnaround total.
So how about if you're renting from a landlord? How does that work?
You can apply for on landlord's behalf.
On landlord's behalf until, let's say, if he can get a contract at least for like 5 years, then we can apply for a planning from use of C3 to C4 for that 5 years period.
Exactly. So I have a landlord down here in Harborne didn't have C4 usage, but the house is perfect for C4. So I did a pre-application advice for her. I sent it off. They come back and said, yeah, it's fine. But then we had to get to the stage. It cost her £1,500 to do the next stage, which is drawings, full application. But she didn't want to do it. The rent at the house would increase. If you are looking to take a 5-year contract from a landlord, right? You can invest your own money. But my advice is to do the pre-application first. See if the answer's the yes or no. They give you the answer, yes or no, there and then. They say yes, it will happen, no, it won't happen. You can appeal that, but appeals are very, very few and far between.
Okay.
So a lot of planners don't appeal, just let it go. But if they said yes, you can do it, you just got to go and pay. It costs you money, but think about the rewards. You've got to invest to make money. You don't own the house either, so you've got a lower risk of investment.
Yeah. Okay.
I know people that bought houses who didn't know about Article 4, bought it to rent to students, completed, and then they can't rent it. I meet them and say, you can't do that.
No.
That's not possible. You're not allowed to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So they go and find dodgy agents who will let them do it.
Yeah, or they've got to do it themselves.
Or they just break the law, which is the penalties are massive. You have to rent repayment order, which is, imagine you get £1,000 a month for 3 years. Rent repayment order 36 grand. You can make you lose your house.
Yeah,
so you be careful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We had one lady. She had 3 properties with one agent in Harborne, big national agent. Had all of them illegally rented, all of them.
All of them, yeah.
And they're the 3 I'm speaking of. We converted all of them back. It cost us £4,500 to convert back. Because we convert to C4.
Yeah.
They weren't used they didn't need a license. They weren't mandatory license. They were only 3 bedrooms.
Oh, 3 bedrooms, okay. To 3 different individuals, okay.
No, not individuals, joint contracts.
Oh, joint contracts.
Yeah. Joint contracts. Harborne's massive on joint contracts.
Yeah. So, why would you need,
You need Article 4.
Oh, okay.
Article 4, because they're more unrelated people.
Alright, okay. Even though they're in a joint contract, you still got to need
it makes 2 or more households, 3 or more unrelated people, you must have Article 4.
So you got to change from C3 to C4.
To change C3 to C4.
Okay, I didn't know that one.
It's the same treatment. The council treat you in the same way. The same way.
Right, okay. How often do you get a HMO potential property for rent?
In the last few months, we've probably had 3 or 4 of them.
And what do you do? You suggest them?
We just basically get a new tenancy for the person coming in, and they take the risk on. They take the risk of converting it into HMO, or getting the Article 4. HMO license normally is what required. If you want to have separate contracts for each room, you must have a license.
Yeah, you got to have a license. I think license-wise, like I said, as long as you comply with the regulations.
With license, if it's like 6 bedrooms or more, you need to have smoke alarms, fire doors, exit routes. You need to have every single year. You got to have a smoke alarm certificate, the emergency lighting certificate. You got to test them every single month. Yeah. HMO is not as simple as just like having it. You need to have everything right because it also changes quite regularly. The laws and what you need to be doing.
So I thought even though it's just a 4-bedroom used as a HMO, you're still going to need all the fire alarms because we got 4-bedroom. We still done the full fire alarms and the fire doors with the door closer and everything.
You can have 4 bedrooms, with on one joint contract. Without the full HMO spec.
All right, okay. Because you don't need a license. It's only 5 and above, isn't it?
Only for mandatory licensing do you need the full spec.
Yeah.
But a lot of landlords put in the integrated smoke alarms anyway, because you have to have smoke alarms, but they also integrate them. A lot of them put in fire doors these days anyway, just because it's safer.
Exactly.
When it's not a license, you only need a fire door from the danger room for the kitchen, for example. So that's where the fire could start.
Yeah, true. Okay, that's still doable though, rent to rent. I mean, we can get a contract for a 5 years lease and then we apply for a planning.
It takes you 2 weeks to get the pre-application answer.
Yeah.
So while you're going for negotiation with the landlord, you can just apply for pre-application advice. Yeah. They give you the information, or I can help you do it. And then once they've given you the information, you can then say, all right, Mr. Landlord, I'll do a 5-year lease because they've told me I'll be okay. That's removing the risk then. Yeah. If you take a 5-year lease without that email, you're taking a bigger risk because if your rent's massive and you've got a 5-year contract, that could be 50 grand a year, 50 grand over 5 years. It's big. Yeah, exactly. So we can. So pre-application's free. At the start. It's free.
Used to be for us. We used to be even the application, the full application was free until up to 4 bedrooms. If you want to change it to C3 to C4, but now they've put a charge on top, isn't it? Like
if you want, there's different ways. If you want to change from C3 to C4, you have to pay money. We just don't want. We're doing it all the time at the moment because it's what's happening. Landlords want to be legitimate. They don't want to be breaking the law because breaking the law is more expensive than doing it right. And if they don't give it you, the only thing is you have to either give it to supported living because you don't need a license or C4, or you rent to a family. And in Harborne, the difference between a family and Article 4 is £200, £150 a month. It's not a huge difference.
Not a huge difference, isn't it? Yeah.
Sometimes it can be huge, but not all the time.
Unless if there is a 6-bedroom then yeah.
But in most of the houses, there's not many 6 beds in Harborne. But there's a massive supply of students in Harborne.
Yeah.
So a lot of them around here, 3 beds and 4 beds.
Yeah.
We've only got a couple of 5 beds.
Yeah. To see Sami's office.
Thank you.
I really like it.
Had a nice chat as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if people want to or thinking of investing in Birmingham, what do you like to say to Nepalese people from London and Kent and Reading side? What do you want to say?
Don't be shy. Think about Birmingham. There's a lot of people in Birmingham that know where to invest. If you speak to the right people, you will make the right investments. You know, there's a number of areas around my office in the Harborne area, which are great places to buy. You can pick up houses from 150 to 250, and the returns are good. So if you are thinking of investing in Birmingham, just pick up the phone, give me a call, or get in contact through any of my socials, and we can help you out. It's not a problem.
One question, Sami, like people who are very new into property investment, one thing they are scared is, am I going to get a tenant or not? Or is it hard to find a tenant? Is my property going to...
I understand.
Is it going to be vacant for like a year or something?
The reason I smile is because right now, we need properties. A lot of people aren't moving out. They're not giving notice. There's a huge supply of people wanting to come to houses, but there's no houses to give them. We put houses on the market. We get 15 applications within 24 hours. It's that quick. If you price it right and then you do make the house look right, you're going to rent it quickly. There's no issue in Birmingham at all trying to find tenants. At all. Period.
Okay. What would you say the longest you have to wait for a property to rent out?
Oh, days.
Not even weeks.
No. Look, if you let us guide it right, we can do it in a couple of days. We've got a house right now that we've booked an open day. We put it on last night. Open day tomorrow. 17 people are coming to that property.
Yeah.
In one day.
That's a lot. Just one day.
One day. 17 people. Yeah. And we've put the price up. The price is higher than it should be. But there's not enough houses, therefore the demand is high, supply low. What happens? Price rises.
Yeah.
Simple economics.
So, don't be scared to invest in property, right? Never, right?
Never. Come to MECS and we'll sort you out.
That's great stuff.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Sami. Cheers.